Welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. Welcome back. And welcome aboard if you're new, lovely, okay? Now, if you guys have been following the first video I made about Tosha being arrested, you might have peeked at some of those comments below, because it's blowing up on the internet and people were dipping into the comments and talking about it on other channels and other rags, whatever. Let me just say other gossip columns, like, you know, Sarcasm. They did give me credit. So Sarcasm is, I thank you very much, Sarcasm. Okay, thank you for giving me credit. So, but anyway, what went down was I talked about the arrest of Tosha, which was old news. But the point about it was that both wives were arrested nearly at the same time. And Sidian's nose was clean through all of this. And then the ex, when I say wives, I don't mean legal wives, okay? I'm just trying to make the story flow better. So Sidian's first wife, Jenny, was into things, okay? She claims, I'm gonna try to be as, you know, impartial as possible. I'm gonna be Switzerland, okay? I'm gonna be Switzerland. Try to be. The only thing I'm not gonna be Switzerland on is on the kids, okay? All right. Now that's what I'm gonna be slicing and dicing, okay? I'm gonna be savage. But anyway, Sidian's first wife, Jenny, claims that Sidian moved in Tosha without letting her know. And that was all shocking to her. And she was trying to, you know, live with it, trying to be friends with Tosha and all that. And to the point where she couldn't take it anymore. And she did turn to drugs. And that her life kind of spiraled after that. She claims Tosha was into things. You know, I believe a little bit of everything. Yeah, I think Tosha, you know, she was raised up in these streets. She left home young. So I believe she knocked some couple of heads. She had to do that to survive out in that world. A young thing out there. She got to buckle up, okay? Chest out and do her thing. And she did catch a charge, but she did get that pretty much wiped down to a misdemeanor. So the story gets dark in some points. I had to think about this, really think about it, because I didn't want the darkness coming to me. So anyway, Jenny, that's Sidian's first wife, she was Jenny from the block, all around the block. She was sleeping with the neighbor, and the neighbor wanted Jenny and his wife and himself to live polyamorously. That's all together, you know, kind of like a sister-wife situation. And the wife was like, no. First, he wanted her to be friends. The husband, the neighbor, wanted Jenny to be friends with his wife. Then he was going to drop the polyamorous bomb on her. And the wife found out they were having an affair, and she's like, no way, no how. Later. So she got divorced from him. And, but basically, Sidian, first wife Jenny, was sleeping around, not only with the neighbor, but with some very sketchy dudes. Okay? Not one, not two, but two. I'm talking about Idaho's Most Wanted, okay? That's why I had to think long and hard about this one. I mean, this is just a YouTube channel. I'm not... It ain't worth my life now, okay? Let's be clear. It's not worth my life. So Jenny was hanging out with Idaho's Most Wanted. Even took the kids around, and while she's doing drugs and being in the drug den and driving with the kids while she's high. Now, you know when you're high and everybody's high and you're taking them to a drug den, and I call a drug den a house where you go shoot up. That's a drug den, and you don't know who coming and going in that house. You could do anything to those kids. So Sidian found out what she was doing, you know, taking the kids to her boyfriend's house while they shoot up and all this, that, and the other. So he took charge and, you know, took the kids eventually. But let me back up. While she's out here trying to, I guess, support a habit, she got arrested, and she didn't think Sidian was going to bail her out because they were on rocky terms, but he did. And she just, you know, she didn't get rid of the habit, so it starts all over again. She takes the kids here and there around these savory characters. Her and Tosha were, you know, locking horns all the time. And I can understand why Tasha's locking horns with Jenny. I mean, if you dealing with some rough necks, you're going to have to buckle up and show that you're not to be played with. So eventually Jenny just says, I'm over it. Not Jenny. Eventually Tosha says, I'm over this. I can't be living in this household. You dealing with sketchy dudes while Sidian's working somewhere. So Tosha left, and I wouldn't blame her. And according to Jenny, she left with not paying the rent. And I'm like, you guys were paying the rent when she wasn't there. And in the whole time she was living there, it was not a viable place to live. It was a peaceful place, then yeah, she should have paid rent. But if you're dealing with Idaho's most wanted, okay, this man carjacked, had a high-speed chase, hit a cop and everything before they got him locked up. And then she just falls in loop with another sketchy guy. So I don't blame Tosha. I wouldn't be paying rent if you out here doing all this wacky stuff, passing on STDs. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm out. I'm not paying rent either because I have moments of peace. You're entitled to peace if you're renting. And supposedly she was into a lot of things. And once Tosha left, eventually Sidian caught her cheating again. And he just, you know, and it's like, I'm just giving you guys the, let me just say, I'm giving you the, I'm giving you the highlights version. You know, I'm giving you like the condensed version, the, what is it called? In the, whatever. You know, in college, they give you these little books. Instead of reading the novels, you just read the little condensed things. But anyway, that's what I'm giving you guys. Because as I said, it's really dark. So anyway, Tasha's been gone. And then while Tasha's gone, it gets really wild. And the kids are left in the care of Jenny. And she's hanging around with these sketchy men. To the point where, I don't know. Okay, this one sketchy dude that she left, the one Idaho's most wanted, he got arrested. Then she hooks up with this other sketchy dude, and he brags about he got this one woman to kill herself. He's some kind of Satanist or something like that. And she's with him now, and she wants the kids around all this. Now, I mean, I guess that's a religion, but you can't be bringing your kids to all these different environments. That's where I draw a line at. Jenny, you can't do that. I don't care if you call yourself clean. Some people say she filters her pictures and she still has meth marks. Now, she could still be clean. I guess the meth marks takes a while to fade because I got this little, like, bruise here, and it takes a minute to fade. It's not really a bruise. It's like a rash. It was red, and it turned dark, and it's going to be forever getting back. But it looks like a bruise once it's, you know, darkens. And well, it looks like a bruise when it's red, too. So anyway, those meth marks, she just supposedly, from my source, she just, you know, use a filter, an IG filter to cover them up. But that dude is after Tosha too. He's you know, messing with her too. So in some sense, I don't blame Sidian for moving 7 hours away from that craziness. Those people are crazy. I don't blame him. Now, he had sold his house because he wanted to invest the money into cryptocurrency. And I'm like, that's not the wisest thing. The wisest thing is to take some money out. You know, you want to take some money, some equity, and put it into that. It was highly volatile market, fine, but don't sell your whole house and put it all in that volatile market. But anyway, that's shop talk. Anyhow, I will be having a channel. So if you guys want to know anything about investing, drop a line down there too, because I'm going to start another channel too about investing. But anyway, I don't think that was wise of him to take all his money and put it into cryptocurrency. Maybe he saved some because they moved 7 hours away from Jenny and her boyfriend. And that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing because, you know, it's a lot. And according to Jenny, she wants to see her kids. I mean, wanting is not a need, okay? You have to show it. And I put in the comments that you might have to do, you have to jump through the court's hoops. Sidian wants her to take a drug test and she refuses. According to my source, he wants to know if she is clean before he releases his children to her. And she was like, I want him to tell me a reason why he wants me to take a drug test. And he refuses, according to Jenny. Well, Jenny, you don't make the demands. You want something from Sidian. So you got to jump through his hoops. If he wants you to take a drug test, you take a drug test. You don't demand a reason for that. Not when supposedly you gave up your kids because at one point you had a moment of clarity through your addiction and said, I'm a bad mom. Take my kids. I'm not good for them. That moment of clarity you had. Now, drugs have a way of rewiring your brain sometimes not for the better. So, some people say, you know, you said you missed the court date. You have a lot of excuses. Courts ain't trying to hear excuses. They got a whole courtroom full of people there. They got the judge, they got the bailiff, they got the stenographer. They got the plaintiffs. Where are you, the defendant, or wherever they call them in custody court? Where are you? They got all these people there ready to conduct this case, and you're not there. They don't want to hear, oh, I messed up. Somebody didn't tell me the court date. They don't want to hear your 1,000 excuses. They don't. You got to step up to the plate. So you're looking quite guilty and unstable. They want the stable parent. And Sidian, you know, according to my source, you know, he's not perfect. Now, he got some dirt on him too. But that little dirt he got is nothing compared to you. And according to my source, it might have been true that he moved in Tosha without your knowledge, or at least without talking about it. But you had a choice in that too. You could have said no, have a backbone, and say no. Now, I know you weren't married to him, and he's not married to you. So he just got another woman, just like if you were dating or living boyfriend, girlfriend. You're not married. You're not tied. They can go see someone. Even though you call it cheating, you just leave. Because if he's not respecting relationship, you just leave. That's the option you have. But you chose to stay. And then you found out you spiraled into an addiction. If I am to believe what you say, and I kind of believe a little bit, I do believe Tosha's stalking you a little bit. A little bit. And I don't blame Tosha for stalking you. Quite honestly, I don't. Because you're dealing with sketchy guys. And I want to know where you are. So I have to look over my shoulder every 10 minutes. Or every second. So I don't blame Tosha for stalking you on that. So there's a lot of things that Jenny did. And my source showed me that Jenny was trying to say that Sidian gave her a black eye. And all this, that, and the other. And she claims the puppy gave her a black eye. Now, come on. A puppy? I have a puppy. My puppy bit me once. And it was like a round circle. But they don't knock you in the eye. And she's laughing with this dude who gave her the black eye. I guess they were trying to use this against Sidian. But it didn't work. So I'm not so clear about the black eye. I think she said puppy did it. But really the boyfriend did it. And she's trying to blame it on Sidian. But it's a lot. And that maybe at that time that you were thinking and scheming, Jenny, you should have been dialing it down and trying just to get your life cleaned up. I do believe you're maybe a little cleaner than you were before, but you're still hanging around a sketchy dude. You're still hanging around a sketchy dude. And that's no bueno, okay? No bueno. Because you can't do it half right, okay? You have to be all the way in if you're going to clean up your life. And there are some people that are there that are not for the benefit of you and your children, then you need to cut them. You need to cut them. Now, I said what I'm going to say about all of this. You guys can comment in the thing. My little source can hit me back too. But I think I'm done with what I've said. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell to get this hot tea because you know you'll get it on the Tracie Trendy Show. All right, my lovelies. I will see you all maybe in the comment section. Okay, my lovelies. Bye for now.